Dr. John Thackery, Clive Owen, the fearless surgeon who was very much the center of the Knick, was always a little in love with death. He almost killed himself with his ingestion of cocaine and opium in Season 1 of the Cinemax series and was sent off to rehab, where his addiction was treated with something even worse, morphine. In Season 2, he was diagnosed with a twisted bowel resulting from his cocaine abuse, and collapsed in pain outside the Knickerbocker, the New York City hospital, circa 1900, from which the series takes its name. Then came Friday night's season finale. In a move that stunned his colleagues, Thackery decided to cut out the necrotic tissue from his own body, using a cocaine solution injected into his spinal canal to block the pain. Looking into a mirror placed above his head, he gets to work, slicing through his own stomach and pulling out the intestine. There's more necrotic tissue than he thought. With colleagues Gollinger, Eric Johnson, Chickering, Michael Anganaro, and Edwards, Andre Holland standing by, Thackery snips out an offending chunk. Then he goes back for more, but nicks his abdominal aorta, spurting blood. His pulse weakens, but he's strong enough to describe what's happening. He's dying. Just before his eyes glaze over, he says to his horrified colleagues, "This is it. This is all." We glint in his eye. "Never intended to go the distance with the Knick. When I signed on, it was always to do a two-season thing, really," he says. Executive producers Jack Amiel and Michael Begler had to find the perfect exit for their mercurial, some might say demonic, character. Once we knew that he was going, we had to work toward a credible end for this man, Amiel says. The self-surgery was something we were working towards from the first season. Amiel cites the example of Dr. Evan O'Neill Kane, a surgeon who successfully performed his own appendectomy as a historical precedent. He did it for the same reason, that general anesthesia was overused. Amiel says, "It was very dangerous. People died as a matter of course. When we had Thackery's girlfriend, Abigail, die from a bad mix of laudanum and ether, we were earning our way. So now that the Knick has lost its star, where do we go from here? Is there even a show? I don't know," Owen says. "That would be between director Steven Soderbergh and Cinemax." Amiel says discussions about the show, which has yet to be renewed for a third season, are ongoing, but he remains optimistic that a medical drama of this nature is viable. "We don't really want to talk about where we're headed, but Thackery was part of an ensemble," he says. "He was just one of many, many stories. As for Owen, he has already moved on. In addition to his recent Broadway run in Pinter's Old Times, he has signed on to do a number of films. One with Luc Besson, Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets, and another with Andrew Niccol, with the character of John Thackery staring at him in the rear-view mirror. He can look back on his work with pride. It was a high-wire act playing him," Owen says. "He was a complex character, full of demons. Every scene had a twist and a drive. You're constantly keeping everything in the air. Even at his worst, there's something in him that you respect."